Welcome back to the Bell Lap. We hope you had the chance to watch the men's preview yesterday. Today we're going to be previewing the women's race. It's a really exciting one. It also incorporates the European Cup. There are some big names out there that are looking to qualify, and some exciting information we're going to share with you.
Yeah, I think we're maybe even more excited about this race than the men's race, because I think there's a potential that there could be more British athletes who have the qualifying time than there are places available in the Olympics by the end of today. So the way that British athletes go about qualifying for the Olympics in this event is they have to, for an automatic selection, they have to finish in the first two and have to have run underneath the qualifying time, which for the women is 31:25.
Another quick time.
Really quick, another really hard time. And yeah, don't get me started on my rant, but the field size by the Olympics has been set at 27, which just seems tiny. Like there were 37 in Rio. It just seems unnecessary that they're tightening the fields even more for the 10k. Like you can easily have 20s, or you can easily have 35 to 40 in a 10k. But anyway, that's a bit of a sidetrack. So to qualify for the Olympics, like I was saying, you have to finish in the top two to be automatically picked. But Britain do get 3 spots. So if you finish third in this race tonight and have the time, I think there's a good chance you'll get picked. So should we take a look at the main contenders?
Yeah, so we'd say favourite is Eilish McColgan, for sure. She's run 30.58. She's shown good form. She's been out in the US training, racing a lot. Yeah. She's really, I mean, she's been to 2 Olympics already?
Yeah, one for the steeplechase, one for the 5k maybe? Yeah.
So she's definitely moving up. I mean, she was going to target, I think this year she was planning on targeting the marathon, wasn't she? If it wasn't for COVID.
Yeah, or she was going to do a half marathon that got cancelled. But her speed's still good. She ran 4:03 in America earlier this year. Looked sharp at the gates of Diamond League over 1500. So she's clearly in really good shape.
She's also the only one with the time.
She is currently the only British athlete in this field with the time. Steph Twell also has the time, but she's doing the marathon. And then I guess we should talk about the two who just narrowly missed the time.
Yeah, less than a second.
So
both in the same race.
Exactly. So there was this 10,000 meter race over in America. Amy Eloise Neal is based in America. She ran the race.
Amy Eloise Markov.
Apologies. Jess Judd also travelled over from the UK. They both ran 31:25, but you have to run under 31:25. So they ran 31:25.9, both of them. So they missed it by less than a second.
Yeah, such a shame for so close.
But I think what it shows is that they can do it. And I think the weather's going to be pretty nice tonight. It looks like a lovely day. So I don't see any reason why they can't get it tonight. The pacing should be on point again, like in the men's race.
Yeah, we've got Michelle Finn and Ali Cash. Ali Cash is an American. She's shown good form. She's run a 4:05 in 15 and 15:19.
Yeah, exactly.
In the 5k. So I think her and Michelle Finn obviously trains in Melbourne Track Club. She's a steeplechaser. Does a lot of pacing jobs. She knows what she's doing.
Exactly.
So and again, the wave light too.
The wave light again.
Help the pacers out with their pacing job.
Yeah. So if they can get them to halfway, that would be great. I think. Yeah.
So then we do have a dark horse in this.
Yeah. Do you want to go? Okay. So Verity Ockenden has been on fire this year. I guess like the European indoors was almost like her entry to like the international class, where she got third behind Amy Eloise Markov, who won that race.
Really good scrap at the finish there.
Yeah, another really close race separated by less than a second.
There's been a few close. I mean, in that 10k race, Jess Judd and Amy were scrapping for it at the end, and Amy just came out.
Exactly. So between those two, there's like nothing to choose between Verity Ockenden, Amy Eloise Markov and Jess Judd. It all seems so tight. Yeah,
I'd say the only thing with Verity is she hasn't done a 10k yet this year. Not
this year. She has done one in the past, but she hasn't run 31 anything. So she's run a
15:03 though.
She has run a 15:03, and the thing to mention maybe is that although only Eilish McColgan has the 10,000 meter qualifying time, all 4 of the people we've mentioned have the 5,000 meter qualifying time. So if one of them does miss out, then potentially they do have another shot in a couple of weeks' time at over 5,000 metres, and they all do already have that time. Yeah. So, they get a second bite of the cherry.
But it'd be interesting to see how the race develops, what Eilish's tactics are.
Exactly.
Whether she's just going to sit in or whether she's known for taking out races, so
she does like to lead. And will anyone go with her? I mean, if she goes out, she tries to go through 15:25 or something through 5K. Is anyone going to be brave enough to try and go that quick? I don't know. And how quick will the paces be going? There's so many interesting storylines.
And then in terms of European athletes,
it's
not quite as high caliber as the men's race.
No, but there is one entrant I'm particularly interested by, which is Salamuet Taferi, who's an Israeli athlete, who's run a quick 10,000 metres already this year at the Israeli Championships.
31:43.
Exactly. And she's run a quick road 10K last year as well, 31:21. So
she'll be mixing it up.
She'll definitely be mixing with the British.
She'll be wanting to go quick because she's after that time as well.
Exactly, and she's close to it, so that will help the British athletes as well. And there's also a strong British team outside of the ones we've mentioned.
There's some people that could, show what they've got on the day.
Spring surprise.
Sam Harrison, an example.
Yeah.
She was meant to run the Olympic marathon trials, pulled out, I think, a week or so before.
She got COVID, didn't she? I think
so, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, a few other names in there. Jenny Nesbitt's been racing really well.
She has. Yeah.
Charlotte Arter's she's
got good pedigree on the track.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of girls who've broken 16 minutes for 5K already this year. Like Mary McLennan, Beth Kidger has been running well.
Hannah Owen
as well. Yeah. So we'll see what kind of times they could do. Anything around 32:30 would be great for some of them.
Yeah, I think the depth in women's British distance running is really good at the moment.
Yeah. So I expect to see the European Cup dominated by the British team.
Yeah, definitely.
And backed up by those who are not on the British team but still really strong.
Anything else on the race, or should we go to our predictions?
I think we can go to our predictions.
Okay.
Yeah.
You go first this time.
This one has been tough. So I think I'm just going to predict the British top 3 finishes rather than trying to predict the European Cup. I think Eilish is going to win. I think she's one of the best 10,000 metre runners in the world. And I think there is still a little gap, although the gap maybe is closing between her and the pack, but I think she is still a little bit ahead of the rest of them. And then, so this was hard. But choosing 2 out of the remaining 3 is really difficult. I'm going with Jess Judd, though, for second. She looked so sharp at the Manchester BMC last weekend.
Yeah, she did.
She ran 4:07. She was like nipping at the heels of Amy Griffiths, who was pacing, and just looked like as good as I've seen her look for a long time.
Really strong. In all her races, she's looked really strong.
Really strong. Yeah. And then in third, I'm going for Verity Ockenden over Amy Eloise. It's so hard to choose. Like, you can't really predict it, but I just kind of felt that Amy Eloise is based full time in the US. Verity and Jess are based full time in the UK. It's almost like more of a home race for them. Like they're used to racing on British soil. Maybe that gives them a tiny edge. I don't know. We'll see. What do you think?
Right. So my first place, same as you, Eilish.
Okay.
I think she's definitely going to win.
Okay.
Number 2, I'm going to go with Verity. I think just that 15:03 just solidified that choice for me.
Okay.
Whether she can keep going for another 5K, we'll see.
She's been training altitude.
She's been training at altitude, which
kind of a new thing for her.
New thing. She's trying out. She was in Flagstaff.
And Albuquerque.
She went there for a little bit. Go Lobos.
Yeah.
And then I've been playing this around in my head for a few days, and whenever I put choosing between 3rd and 4th, or even choosing between 2nd, 3rd and 4th, I don't know what to choose, because I always feel like the 4th place is losing out. But I'm gonna go with Jess Judd. She's just a hero. It's so fun watching her race. She's so gritty. But I don't want to demean Amy as well. I think she's the
European indoor champion, isn't she?
Yeah.
So too close to call almost.
Yeah. It's gonna be an exciting race.
Yeah.
If you have any predictions, then let us know them. Hope you enjoyed this preview.
Yeah. Enjoy the races tonight.
Yeah, enjoy the races.
It's going to be great to see what happens. We'll catch you next time.
See ya.